Hi everyone and welcome to Movies and Shakers review time. I said in my introduction video that I would be focusing mainly on, I guess, lesser known movies and also older movies. I will contradict myself right away because I've decided to make my first review a review of the new remake of the Evil Dead. And should mention first of all that the Evil Dead trilogy is probably my favorite trilogy of all time, and the first Evil Dead movie is probably top 5 greatest horror movies of all time, in my opinion. So in a sense, the expectations for this remake was pretty high, since I love the original so much. But then on the other hand, remakes usually don't turn out that well, in my opinion. So yeah, I was kind of worried that they would take it too far, or yeah, whatever. So well, I watched it in the cinema. So the whole crowd atmosphere helped taking the movie to another level. It wasn't a very like shady crowd that they were like talking all the time, but they were very responsive to the jump scares, and there's quite a few jump scares in this movie, which I don't know if I enjoy it is the right word to use, but it's effective. It has its effect on me, and anyhow, I'm very I'm very easily scared when it comes to the jump scares. So it certainly helped with the whole horror movie atmosphere. Well, the movie itself, first of all, I want to say that the characters, I felt like the character development wasn't very good. All the characters were sort of introduced in one single sentence. Like there was this guy who was sort of the nerdy teacher. He was a teacher, and he was kind of glasses, all the stereotypes of a movie nerd, I guess. And they sort of summed him up. The first thing they said to him, "Oh, you're still just worried about all your teaching and stuff." And he gave some I guess stereotypical nerd response. So that's one sentence, and his response sort of summed up his character. And then really there wasn't much more to him in the movie. So that I guess I didn't quite enjoy. But then on the other hand, I don't know how good the character development in the old one is either. I can't remember if we get to know any of their professions in the old movie, but it doesn't really matter because it's very good anyway. However, that was something I reacted on in this movie. A big difference. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. If you don't want spoilers, perhaps you should not watch this video. But I guess instead of Ash, they have a girl in this movie. And the reason why they are in this cabin is something completely different from the original movie. So there are a few differences. Quite a few differences actually. Nothing that really drags the movie down. I thought the reason why they are in the cabin sort of wasn't. I kind of enjoy the idea that they were in the old movie, that they were just there to have a few fun days in the woods. There's this considerably darker theme to this movie. Anyhow, it's a girl instead of the Ash character, even though her boyfriend in the movie, or no, not boyfriend, her brother in the movie is kind of looks like Ash a little bit with the blue shirt and the black pants, and sort of has his kind of same hairstyle or whatever. So, but again, very, I think a tedious character. The main character, the girl, which I guess substitutes for the Ash character, is pretty much the only character in the movie that really has any real depth, and the only one that you sort of get to care about a little bit. She does come across as a total cunt, by the way, so it's kind of hard to sympathize with her, but oh well. Well, moving on then, the effects, they are amazing special effects. It's a lot of blood in this movie, just like the old one. And then of course you could argue here that the effects are so much better in the new one. Well, yeah, obviously they're gonna be better, higher budget, newer movie. The effects really are something to watch. It's I'm not easily like grossed out when it comes to movies. I pretty much can't get grossed out no matter what I watch. It's just, I think, because I've learned to live with the thought that it's all a movie, and so I'm just the only thing that scares me is like jump scares and the I guess I'm easily scared by the faces that all of a sudden get like the mouth and the eyes get all big and black, like, that kind of thing. That does scare me. Um, there wasn't much of that in the movie, but there were a lot of jump scares and a lot of blood. So if you're easily scared by gore, I would really, really not watch this. I mean, if you find it repulsive, but then again, if you find that stuff repulsive, I can't imagine you would watch Evil Dead in the first place. Um, well, more than that, what can I say about the movie? I guess the ending is quite different from the first movie. I sort of expected the fast camera moving in the woods, sort of approaching Ash just when he thinks he made it out from the cabin, and then it flies into him. That doesn't happen in this movie. I was expecting it, but it didn't happen. So I got a new ending. I guess a more which made it a little bit more exciting and unpredictable for me anyway, and that was interesting. I think it's definitely not a bad movie. When the original is so good as Evil Dead is, it's pretty much impossible for the remake to be as good, or even more impossible to be better. But it's not a bad movie, and if I would never have seen the original Evil Dead, I think I really would have enjoyed this movie, because it's a ferocious pace in the movie. It just happens things all the time. There's really not many slow parts of the movie. So it's yeah, it's a visual feast, feast for the eyes. There's a lot of blood, a lot of gore, jump scares, pretty much everything. It's almost a bit too bloody and like gory for, I guess, beginners. Like, for example, if you would bring a date to the movie, watching a horror movie is definitely not a bad idea on a date, but I would probably not watch Evil Dead because it's a bit too much. It gets I would imagine a lot of people would find it disturbing. So if you're not a horror movie fan, this is definitely not for you. If you are one, you should definitely check it out, so you can say that you've seen it, you can compare it to the old one. Hopefully you think the old one is as good as I do, and however, if you don't, if you like the old one, sorry, if you don't really like the old one, thinks the effects are too bad or it's too slow or whatever, which I can't understand why anyone would think it's too slow, but who knows, maybe some of you thinks that. But in that case, if you think the concept itself is good, then you definitely should see the remake, because it just happens things all the time, and it's really it's an exciting movie. Not counting not not counting in the old movie, the new Evil Dead remake is a really good horror movie, I think. It doesn't live up to the original, but I didn't really expect it to do that either. So on a 5, well, actually on a scale from 1 to 10, I would probably give the old one a 9.5 out of 10, and then give the remake a strong 7.5 probably. So definitely worth checking out. I hope you enjoyed the review. I will be back with more reviews soon, and you have a nice day or a nice night or whatever time you're watching this. Movies and Shakers. Bye.